everybody, and welcome to episode 26 of the Detroit Lions franchise. This is going to be a big episode for us. We're coming off a tough loss to the Chicago Bears last week, where we felt like the offense didn't play to the level that we think they can perform at. It's a tough loss because it is also a conference loss. We're going to see Chicago twice, but having lost to them twice last year, we really wanted to come out strong against them and get a better start than we did last season, where we struggled in our conference games. And unfortunately, it was a big part of the reason why we didn't make playoffs. I mean, our last game of the season could have been a game that we could have won and entered the playoffs with. But after losing to Chicago in both games, having split the season series against Green Bay, going into this game, we really wanted to improve and put ourselves in better standings. And hopefully not put ourselves in a situation where we barely make it to the playoffs. We've had a good season up to now, and so things are still definitely positive for us. But Philip Shelby didn't play very well, and we want to see him bounce back from this. He has 7 interceptions between 2 games, where one game he had 3 and the other game he had 4. Now, I don't want to say they're totally all his fault, but Philip Shelby definitely needs to be safer with the ball. So we started the episode with a couple upgrades. You saw Roseman, our outside linebacker, David Njoku. I think, our upgrades are starting to come in for our young players, and this is going to make all the difference later on in the season. This team is not necessarily what I envision it yet. We've started off hot, but I think this team can become so much better and be, I think we're going to be a completely different team from where we were week 1 to week 17 by the time we're, fighting to make playoffs. And the upgrades are starting to come in from, some of our younger players who are getting significant playing time and are such a big team of what we're doing here, such a big part of what we're doing here in Detroit. So we're going to see Danny Dimes here, who's had, a rough season as well. 10 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, similar to Philip Shelby. But Danny Dimes is a quarterback who can make some magical plays happen. And of course, Saquon Barkley is the big issue you have when you go up against the New York Giants. So we're going to have to come out here, stop the run, something that we've been a little inconsistent with so far this season. But if we hope to bounce back from the Chicago loss, stopping or at least limiting Saquon should be our target. So Saquon's going to run it on first down, only gets 3 yards, and on second down only gets 1 after, Terrence Kramer's the first one to initiate contact with him. So 3rd and 6 here on the 29. Jones is going to drop back, and he's going to find Saquon Barkley right down the middle. This is something that he can do as well. He is a great pass catcher, and he's going to be an all-out balanced running back that we're going to have to try and limit here today. So first down there, so 1st and 10 on the 41. He's going to hand it off for the 3rd time to Saquon Barkley here. That's only going to be a gain of about 2. Kevin King is the one who drops into the pocket and makes the tackle. So 2nd and 8, dropping back. Jones looking around, pressure coming in. He's going to be able to just get this ball out. But I want to use this opportunity there. You saw Davante Adams, former Green Bay Packer, did enter free agency. Well, he's now a New York Giant. So it was a blessing that we wouldn't have to see him and Aaron Rodgers twice a year, but it looks like Davante Adams is perhaps not just not done with us yet. He's going to be playing for New York here, and he was, a big part of that first win for Green Bay that they had over us last year. He probably had his best game of the season. He was well over 100 yards. And we don't want to repeat that here. Now, of course, we're facing an unproven quarterback and not Aaron Rodgers. That's going to be a big part of it. But we really want to limit the 2 superstars that they have on this offense in Adams and Saquon Barkley. So here comes Philip Shelby for the first drive of the game after a tough start. We had a penalty on our kickoff return, which is the reason why we are at the 19. We had a decent return initially, but unfortunately a blocking in the back is going to push us back further than we were. So here we go, run to DeAndre Swift on first down, but a dangerous throw to the flat there. The linebacker is going to be able to cut this one off and knock this one down. So 2nd and 10 out of the pistol. We're going to hand this one off again. Going to the second level, that's Taylor Decker, who's going to make a decent block and a good gain of about 5. Down on the 23, remaining in the shotgun. This is a big part of our identity. Finding TJ Hawkinson, but unfortunately is going to have to track back to make the catch there. And number 27, Justin Coleman, former Detroit Lion, a guy that we let go because we just did not feel like he was performing up to the level that we wanted him to. We ended up benching him later on the season in order to play Amani, our slot cornerback, a little bit more. And that's going to be another revenge game possibility there. Justin Coleman's a great slot cornerback. He just had one bad season for us, and we had to make the decision whether or not we were going to get younger or not, and we decided to get younger. Overall, I'm a very big fan of Justin Coleman, but we had to do what was best for the team, and he's getting the opportunity to play on, a young New York Giants team that has signed a couple players already, and, could be making a decent push in the NFL. I mean, they've brought in the talent for it between Davante Adams, Saquon Barkley, Evan Ingram, Sterling Shepard. There's a lot of weapons on this offense. And speaking of Saquon Barkley, right there, Ronnie Harrison is going to be unable to track him down after the catch, so he's going to get a big gain after. And so that's going to set them up on the 14-yard line. So 1st and 10, Jones dropping back is going to go shotgun, finding Saquon twice in a row in the passing game. They're trying to get the ball in his hands early and often, and when you have a running back like Saquon Barkley, I can understand why you'd want to do so. 1st and 1 on the 5-yard line. They're going to hand it off right up the middle, breaking a tackle, and that's going to pin him down at the 1-yard line. So he's found more success in the passing game than he has in the running game so far. But Saquon Barkley is a home run hitter. Now going back in the end zone, trying to throw it up top for Davante Adams, but Jeff Okudah is there every step of the way. He does make the catch, but it is not in bounds. Pressure coming in, very next play, and that's going to be veteran defensive lineman Derek Wolfe. Hopefully, we get to force them to take a field goal here, but 3rd and goal in the 7 here to decide it all. Looking around, Daniel Jones is going to throw this one, and Ronnie Harrison is going to take him down on the 5-yard line, so only a gain of 2 on that little out and hook play right there. So back on the offense with 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Philip Shelby throwing it short to TJ Hawkinson, who turns upfield and is able to break a tackle. Justin Coleman will eventually take him down, but what a week for Hawkinson last week. With 4 receptions for 99 yards, he had a couple big plays for us, showing that, this relationship between him and Philip Shelby is still very strong. Maybe not as consistent as it was with Matthew Stafford, but I think they're taking the necessary steps to get to that point. Pistol formation there. We're going to run this one to DeAndre Swift, who's going to gain about 5 yards. So the run game has been pretty decent. We also saw earlier that he has an opportunity to go to a superstar development. It's going to take 150 yards and about 3 touchdowns, one or the other. It's definitely a big challenge when you're going from a star to a superstar. Usually, the easiest thing is to get the development upgrade by the end of the season, depending on where his stats lie compared to all the other running backs. Swift is having a great season, but we want to use that momentum that he's currently carrying, that great season, the great stats that he's putting up. If not only we can get him to a superstar development, then by the end of the season, he's just going to be that much better for us. Now rolling out, trying to find TJ Hawkinson, but Jabril Peppers is the one in coverage. That's going to be thrown a little bit too wide, so incomplete. Under center now for Philip Shelby on the 40-yard line here. Philip Shelby is going to snap the ball, looking around. It's going to be a screen pass, trying to get to the outside, and he does. So that's going to be a big gain of about 9 yards. 5 for 8 for 51 so far for Philip Shelby. Coming out now in a 2 running back set. This isn't something we've shown too much so far this year. Looking around, hit as he throws. And that is going to be an unfortunate interception. Not interception, but incompletion. Let's not start jinxing it with the interceptions. We have a little bit of a theme throughout this series where if we throw one, for some reason we throw more than one. So let's avoid throwing one in the first place and not put ourselves in that boat. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass for Daniel Jones. He's going to snap the ball after the motion from the tight end right up the middle, and that's going to be Danny Shelton and Jamie Collins getting together to finish that one off. He's going to go into the shotgun on the very next play. 3rd and 7, snapping the ball and dropping back. Looking for an open man. He's going to throw this one out of bounds. Doesn't get anybody open there. A little bit of a flood concept was happening on the left, so he's just going to throw this one over the head of Saquon Barkley. Be safe and punt the ball. Back on offense, Philip Shelby. We're looking to put up our first touchdown of the game and get ourselves in a little bit of a more comfortable situation and get a good start and a good momentum going for ourselves. Running the ball 2 plays in a row, that's going to be Leonard Williams, former New York Jet, not New York Giant, but he is on the Giants at this point. Had a very good season, his first showing with them. Going to the outside for the hook play. He's going to come back for this one. But unfortunately, after the catch, he does ride his momentum back inside to the 10-yard line. So no first down. Going to Crocker on 4th and 1, taking a risk. And unfortunately, we do not get it. So good field position for Danny Dimes. Out in the empty set now. Looking around. He's going to have a couple slants options, but he's going to wait for the sit to get open. And that's going to be Evan Ingram, uber athletic tight end, has struggled with some of the consistency issues that you often see in the young players, but a very talented guy who, when he does make the catch, can make big plays after the catch. As you can see at the bottom of the screen here, the 0-5 Vikings are now 2-5. So after having a very bad start, they have now strung 2 wins together, and this one against the Dolphins. Let's get back to the game, though. 1st and 1 after the run by Saquon. Danny Dimes going to be throwing it to the outside there to Evan Ingram. Amani is going to make the tackle, and that is going to be Pert. I believe that is their starting left guard, though I could be wrong. He's going to be out right now. Hopefully it's not serious. You never wish for any player to get injured. But this Giant offense is rolling, and the run game has been pretty good for them so far. Crossbar challenge there. Danny Dimes is going to try and sail this one to the outside of the end zone. Once the pressure gets there, he ends up getting the crossbar, so that's going to be a nice little goofer reel for him. Looking around, looking for the hook route, and Devontae Adams, such a sturdy player, a great route runner. Even on a simple hook like that in the end zone, I mean, he's able to create enough separation for him to get a clean catch, and Jeff Okudah is unable to get there in time. So taking the lead now, 10-3 for the Giants. Hoping to respond, it is important. We don't want to let this game get out of hand. Philip Shelby is going to snap the ball in the pistol. He's going to go opposite of the fullback to the left. Now that's going to be a good gain of about 6. No, not even. That's only going to be a gain of 4. So 3rd and 4 here. Philip Shelby going right up the middle. DeAndre Swift, a risky play. Eric McKinney, at this point he'd be a 3rd-year safety, almost coming out with the interception here, but we're going to lead him enough to get the first down. So 1st and 10, fresh set of downs. What can we do? Rolling out, Philip Shelby is going to throw this ball on the run and just completely off target for Rodney Foreman, trying to get the young rookie receiver involved. He has been frustrated with his look so far. Now we're going to get Valdez-Scantling on the slant right there. We're going to sit him down in between the linebacker, the corner, and below the safety. So finding that open space and sitting him down naturally, he's going to get the first down. 1st and 10, getting to the outside, or at least trying to. He'll be taken down by Blake Martinez, a linebacker for the Giants. 2nd and 8 on the 47. Looking around. He's just going to dump this one off to TJ Hawkinson, but momentum, unfortunately, carries him out of bounds as that ball came out a little late. So empty back set, 3rd and 8 here. Looking around, Philip Shelby is going to throw this one to the hook for DeAndre Swift, and that's going to be just enough for the first down. 10 for 15 so far. Nothing too flashy by Philip Shelby, but we're getting the necessary yards to drive down the field. Philip Shelby rolling out once again is going to throw this one out of bounds, looking in the direction of Sammy Watkins here, but good zone defense by the New York Giants defense. Philip Shelby dropping back, hitting the out route there by DeAndre Swift. Blake Martinez is going to be able to stop him before he gets any extra yards there. But another first down. So As I said, nothing flashy, but Philip Shelby is doing a great job of just getting the necessary yards he needs to move the ball forward. Looking for DeAndre Swift once again. It's not going to be able to, not able to turn up field. So time is running. We opt to not take a timeout. Philip Shelby dropping back, looking to the back corner, and Rodney Foreman, hello. It has been a while since we've seen him make a play like that. We're going to throw this one back shoulder. He's just going to turn around, put his big body in between the ball and the defensive back, and he's going to do a great job to make this a 10-10 game before half. But jumping straight into the third quarter, rolling out Rodney Foreman with the hot hand is going to come in on the deep crosser route. We're going to catch him all the way from one sideline to the other, and he's going to turn upfield. So Rodney Foreman making some big plays late in the second quarter and early in the third. Philip Shelby dropping back. They send blitz looking for the check down option there in DeAndre Swift, but unfortunately throws it over his head. So 2nd and 10 after a great first, start to the drive, finding Sammy Watkins, who gets to the outside, and that's going to be a good gain. James Bradbury unable to take him down right away. That's only Sammy Watkins' first catch of the game. 1st and 10 on the 28, about 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third. Philip Shelby looking to the outside. He's just going to throw this one away. Good man coverage there by the Giants defense. They've had a couple times where it's their coverage team that puts us in situations in which we can't get open. And Rodney Foreman is going to whiff a touchdown block right there. Still a great gain by Swift. But you hope that, Foreman can make that block and we can get the walk-in touchdown. Unable to do so there. 1st and 10 on the 13. You're going to see Crocker now into the game. Looking around, trying to find an open guy. Philip Shelby is just going to roll out and throw this one away as nobody gets open. A little bit of interference in the middle there. Unable to get any of the guys crossing over. DeAndre Swift, very next play, is going to gain about 2 yards there. Not even. So 10 rushes for 49 yards. Hasn't been the best start towards him accomplishing his goal, but we know that he's been a home run hitter for us so far this year, and one big run could put him back on track. Our first drive of the second half is going to be a field goal. No choice there. Unable to find anybody open in the red zone in the passing game, so our offense is going to stall out, and that means Danny Dimes has the opportunity to come back out here with a little bit of, they're going to be a little bit excited this drive. The defense is able to get a big, stop on the first drive of the second half. So they're going to have a little bit of momentum coming into this if they take what this defense did in stride. So 1st and 10 on the 36 now. Danny Dimes is going to go play action, looking for an open man. He's just going to dump this one off to Sterling Shepard. That's going to be a Monty in coverage, taking him down right away. So 2nd and 7 here, going back under center, Evan Ingram to the left. It is not going to be a run. It's going to be a pass here, and it's going to go to Saquon Barkley anyway. That's just what he offers, that even when he doesn't run the ball, he's still a legitimate option in the passing game. And a great check down option for Danny Dimes as he goes to him once again, but this time Adrian Phillips unable to get the angle. Malik Hooker puts a big hit on the physical Saquon Barkley, but a big gain nonetheless. I think he has 6 receptions for over 70 yards at this point. We've been able to stop him in the run game, but now we got to focus on stopping him in the passing game. 2nd and 10 now in the shotguns. It's going to be Saquon going off to the left, but he's going to go to the under option here, and that's going to be a drag by Sterling Shepard, young slot receiver for this offense, a great weapon for them. Still a lot of room to develop for Sterling Shepard. I wonder if what his peak will be, because I think with a solid number 1 such as Davante Adams, it'll open up a lot more for him. 2nd and 10 on the 25, about 2.5 minutes left in the third. He's going to go to the slant option there for Davante Adams, who's going to break a tackle, Jeff Okudah's tackle, and he's going to turn it upfield for a good gain. That's going to be a first down after gaining about 12. Looking around, man coverage, and he's going to try and dump this one off to Evan Ingram, but this time Adrian Phillips is able to knock this one out. He's been very impressive for us as our, our box safety guy, our safety that we're comfortable playing in the box, a safety who's capable of making plays in the run game, but his focus is mostly in the passing game. What can he do to shut down these tight ends and running backs? I mean, he struggled against, Saquon Barkley so far here today, but overall his performance has been, more than what we expected. So we're definitely happy with that signing right there. Now they are knocking on the door to the end zone. Saquon Barkley will be taken down by rookie linebacker Terrence Kramer. He needs to be more physical in the red zone. He struggled a little bit earlier on in the season, but against Saquon Barkley, it's nice to know he makes a tackle like that. Going under center now with two tight ends to the left. This will be the last play of the quarter. So here we go into the fourth quarter, 13-10. Of course, they're still on the 3-yard line here, so second and goal. Looking around for the open guy, and wide open on the little sit route option there is going to be Evan Ingram finding the hole in the zone, and that's going to be enough to take the lead. So 17-13 for the New York Giants. Philip Shelby in the empty set, looking around, finding TJ Hawkinson wide open down the middle. That's going to be a good gain for our young star tight end. 4 receptions for 34 yards. Definitely not the same performance he had last week, but he has a couple crucial catches for us so far. Melo St. Clair on the RPO. Little bubble route to the left. Justin Coleman will take him down, but there is a flag on the field, and I believe that is an illegal blocker downfield, and it is on Kelechi Osemele. So 1st and 15 after an unfortunate penalty on our first play, finding Sammy Watkins on the drag. He's going to hit the sideline while gaining forward yards. That's going to be a good gain there to make it a 2nd and 7. So far, 201 yards and 1 touchdown for Philip Shelby. He's done enough to keep us in the game, but when is he going to take that next stride? Will he take that next stride to put us in a situation to seal this one for good? Philip Shelby hands the ball off to DeAndre Swift, who breaks the tackle at the second level, breaks 2. And the pursuing linebacker, is eventually going to take him down, but great physical running there by DeAndre Swift. I mean, he's not a big back, so he has his center of gravity just so low to the ground, and he has phenomenal balance when tacklers with their tackles that he's able to fight for extra yards. Looking for the screen pass on the very next play. That's going to be a loss of 5. So 2nd and 15. Philip Shelby looking right down the middle. Sammy Watkins once again getting involved in this drive. But he is going to go down, and he went down late last season. Did eventually come back, but Sammy Watkins has a history with injuries. We're hoping this is nothing serious, as he has been a big part of this passing game so far this year, and he has been so far in the second half here today. Looking to get outside, DeAndre Swift will eventually be taken down, another loss of 4. So we're putting ourselves in situations in which, we're putting Philip Shelby in, situations where it's hard to recover. But Sammy Watkins does come back from injury, and we are able to find Valdez-Scantling on the very next play. But we need to find more success on first down. It's hard to rely on your quarterback to bail you out this many times. Trying to roll out and find TJ Hawkinson on the deep out route there, it's going to be an incomplete. He has struggled on the run so far here today. Philip Shelby dropping back, trying to find the open guy, going to the corner for the big man, Valdez-Scantling, but overthrown, and Jabril Peppers is going to drop the interception. When you have that kind of play there, you want to put it high, but you want to put it in a position where Valdez-Scantling can use his body to go get it. Unfortunately, we don't get either. Valdez-Scantling doesn't get a chance to make the play, and we almost get the ball intercepted there. 2nd and 5 now for Danny Dimes. He's going to snap the ball, empty back set, finding Evan Ingram on a sit route wide down the middle. He's going to be taken down eventually by a group of guys, Ronnie Harrison and Malik Hooker, and I believe Deshaun Hand got involved there as well. Good to see him pursuing downfield, handing it off on the draw, very next play, and Deshaun Hand stopping him for a gain of nothing. Deshaun Hand has been pretty impressive for us this year in the run game. 2nd and 10 now, back to an empty back set. Pump faking, dropping back, and he's going to just drop this one off for Sterling Shepard. Jeff Okudah is going to make a great open field tackle, but 21 for 27 so far for Danny Dimes. 3rd and 3 on the 50, dropping back, trying to find an open guy, but we're playing man, and pressure coming in by Josh Sweat to force the incompletion. So forcing the punt here on fourth down for the Giants. And of course, that means our offense gets to come back. Now, shifting through a couple tacklers, DeAndre Swift is going to gain about 3 yards. A good physical run there. He's so good in traffic this year. What an improvement he has made throughout the offseason. But unfortunately does not have that big run just yet. And that big play or that development upgrade, the chances are looking slimmer and slimmer. 3rd and 6 here. Just trying to win the game at this point. Philip Shelby finding a wide open Sammy Watkins, gets a block from Valdez-Scantling, and nothing but green ahead of him. That is a big touchdown for veteran wide receiver Sammy Watkins, 64 yards downfield, and we're going for 2 here. Crocker is going to take it, running a man over, and eventually stumbling into the end zone. And just like that, 24-17 after a big run by Sammy Watkins. So now we put the Giants in a situation where they have to respond. They're going to throw the ball here, but thrown out of bounds. But unfortunately, a roughing the passer, and that is just a sloppy call on Josh Sweat. Has been close on a couple occasions to getting Danny Dimes here, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need to play smart. About 2 minutes left in the fourth. More pressure coming in, but he comes back to go get it. Sterling Shepard will be taken down, and that's going to be a gain of about 3. 2nd and 7, one more play before the 2-minute warning. A lot of motioning happening as Sammy Watkins exit out to the right to enter an empty back set. Looking around, pressure once again coming in, but he's able to get the ball out in time to Devontae Adams, who was on a little hook route there, and he was able to turn it upfield for an extra 2-3 yards. But we really want to limit this offense right now. It is not time to give out big yards. Looking around, and Josh Sweat finally gets his sack, forcing them to go into the hurry up with 1.5 minutes. Danny Dimes looking around, going deep, and it's going to be sailed out of bounds, not even giving his receiver the opportunity to make the nice catch. 3rd and 19 here. This is a tough play for Danny Dimes to make. They're going for a quick slant and almost intercepted by Kevin King as he overthrows. So 4th and 19. This is huge for the game. Let's get back into the winning column, and it starts right here. And a sack by Dee Ford, who we brought in, his 5th sack of the season. And it's finally starting to show that the talent on our defensive line can go ahead and make crucial plays. Now we're just trying to run this game away. So a big 1st down run there by DeAndre Swift. That's going to be a gain of about 12. Now I do not believe we will get his superstar ability, but let's just focus on getting the big win here and getting ourselves just one game closer to making a playoff appearance. They're going to start taking their timeouts here. That's their 2nd timeout in the 4th quarter. One more run here, and we can expect them to take their last one. But we need a 1st down if we want to seal this one. And they do end up taking their last timeout, but we still need that 1st down. They can come, if they make a stop right here and force us to take a field goal. Now the game might be sealed, but it might not be. At least they'll still have a chance to go ahead and win it. And they do end up stopping us. Keyshawn Crocker unable to get the 1st down, so we are going to kick the field goal. Now this is crucial for the game. This could stop them from tying it and forcing this one into overtime. Should have wasted time by the kick there, but we rush it, and now we have to trust our defense. Danny Dimes in the empty back set, so he's going to have about 5 guys spread out wide as possible receiving options. Saquon is going to stay in to block a little bit, taking too much time in the pocket, and Josh Sweat eventually gets to him. He's going to be forced to throw this one out of bounds, but that does stop the clock. Saquon off to the left, dropping back. Josh Sweat once again is taking over right now. Is that his 2 plays in a row where he brings pressure, and this is a 3rd and 10 with 30 seconds left in the 4th. Danny Dimes dropping back, looking around, trying to get the 1st down, going deep in Kevin King's direction. An incomplete pass right there. So 4th and 10, they are forced to go with it. We're dropping our guys deep, but we're going to be playing man coverage here and hoping we can get a little bit of pressure with 3 guys, but we absolutely do not. And a mismatch there with Evan Ingram and Adrian Phillips. That's going to be a big 1st down. So 1st and 10, and this is going to be the final play of the game, and they don't even take a shot to the end zone. They're going to take the safe option there to Slayton, and that's going to be the end of it. So a big win for the Detroit Lions to get back in the win column after the loss to Chicago, of course. Not the fastest of performances, not, a lot of big plays on both sides, but the offense played how they needed to play. And that was getting the necessary yards and just keeping this game close until our defense can adjust and shut down. We did not get the DeAndre Swift upgrade, unfortunately. It hurts. And whether or not he'll have another opportunity for the rest of the season, it's hard to say. But I know what? Philip Shelby played a great game, 288 yards for 2 touchdowns, had a decent completion percentage. And you know what? I said there wasn't a lot of big plays, but there were some. Sammy Watkins was one of them as he eclipses 100 yards once again. Rodney Foreman got into the end zone. We had the frustrated animation or talking point before the game. He's going to be happy with the touchdown. We made a lot of great plays on defense. We were able to shut them down when we needed to. The run game was almost non-existent against one of the best running backs in the league. So that was great. I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.